Hola a todos, estoy aquí para comunicaros que
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Ready? Play. Ready? Play.
We've got Zheng and Krejcikova on our screen already. As you can see, we're going to be live with this match. And Qinwen and Barbora have played, well, I'm not sure how often, but they played last year.
Yeah, they played last year in that Zhengzhou final.
Exactly, yeah.
500 final, yeah. That Zheng ended up winning 6-4 in the third.
And that's the only time, or?
Yeah, I think that's the only time they played.
Okay. I remembered that, but then I was thinking they probably played somewhere. But yeah, anyway, only that Zhengzhou match. Qinwen, of course, was going really strong towards the end of last year. I guess Krejcikova was doing fine herself. But yeah, after watching the WTA finals group stage here, I see that Qinwen is actually a pretty huge favorite for the bookmakers. I mean, I don't know if I quite agree with that. Maybe I'm more on the Nick side here, you know? I'm just hedging my bets.
Yeah, I think after the kind of win that Krejcikova would have had today, I mean, why can't she beat Zheng? Like, I don't see anything matchup wise that she should struggle a ton with. I mean, if her timing is as good as it's been all week, and she's able to, you know, bring her very best level of variation and sort of that smooth, easy power that she's known for, and just, you know, when she's like really kind of in that zone like she is so far, then I think her ceiling is higher than Zheng's right now. So the question is just, will she be steady enough and consistent enough throughout the course of three sets potentially to get it done? I mean, she was right there with Qinwen in the Zhangzhou final. But I honestly think I'll go with Krejcikova slightly. I know that's picking the underdog, but
well, I mean, then my advice to you is go bet, you know,
yeah.
If you think that Krejcikova is a slight favorite. But no, I mean, I think I agree with what you or Jean is saying in the chat as well. To me, this is super close with the way that Krejcikova has kind of already beat the odds many times this week or this year as a whole in these two big runs. The way that she's been playing this WTA finals, I don't really think that Qinwen is that much of a favorite. But I also have to admit, you know, she's done very well. The win over Rybakina, despite, again, Elena being a little out of it, was one of the best of her career. And to step up yesterday in that dead rubber, the 6-1, 6-1 over Paolini, that was the kind of beatdown that I was thinking Jasmine was going to suffer like once or twice at least this WTA finals. And Qinwen was the only player to give her that, and was looking pretty astonishing in the process. Is, as Vansh mentioned, Gauff Sabalenka, and that match, you know, we already talked about Wuhan and how Coco was up there, and basically, yeah, she just double faulted her way to a loss. Now in the group stage, I guess she played okay without like fireworks, but obviously getting the win over Świątek, her second win against Igara, was massive. Today, the loss, I know that some people will be suggesting that, you know, she might have like thought, oh yeah, Świątek out of the tournament, I should lose. But that's like really not true. Obviously, she wouldn't want to play Sabalenka in the semis. And in that sense, the best way for Gauff to kind of like fix the result there would be to lose 1-2, even though I don't think she would I don't think she would ever do that. But maybe your mind can kind of toy with you in a way. But anyway, yeah, that definitely didn't happen. She's going to play Sabalenka here. No one wants to face Arena, but after Wuhan recently, I guess, you know, there's reason to be confident.
Yeah, and both these guys had the same situation, right, where they went 2-0 and then they kind of didn't play their best in the third match. They came up against a pretty, at various stages a peaking opponent. So it's going to be it's going to be intriguing because I would be surprised if this match is not close, actually. Goff Sabalenka. I'd be pretty surprised. If like Arena won in very easy straights, I'd be surprised. Same, obviously, the other way. I think it's going to be really competitive. Like,
I guess so, yeah. They've played some fast-court matches this year, right? Wuhan, Australian Open, and they were pretty close.
I assume the odds would be closer than Krejcikova Zheng.
Pretty much the same. Sabalenka is a similar favorite as Zheng.
I don't know if I'd have Sabalenka that high of a favorite right now, but
I think that Sabalenka should be the sort of favorite that she is, so like 1.5. But Zheng Krejcikova kind of surprised that it's like that. I mean, I think Arina is like clearly the favorite. Like no one can actually come in and say that Coco is the favorite, but is she live in that match? Obviously, as well.
Yeah. That's kind of how I think about it as well. I think it's pretty close though between them. I'll go like slight edge Arena in that one.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I'm totally fine with that. And well, I mean, if someone is able to beat Sabalenka, we kind of said that maybe even Goff or Krejcikova have the better matchups. So if Sabalenka and Zheng would land in the final, which the two favorites, then probably we would favor Arina. I mean, we would favor Arina against Barbora as well, but it would be probably more intriguing if the Krejcikova random picking continues. But yeah, should be a couple of pretty close semifinals.
As far as Swiatek goes, she did go 2-1. She did pull off that Krejcikova comeback, which she can be proud of. She had a really good performance today, obviously in a head-to-head that's very favorable for her in a matchup generally that she's owned now the last 6 times. And then it kind of wasn't in her control with Goff and Krejcikova. And yeah, Krejcikova
she didn't know while playing, right? She didn't know this while playing, which is insane.
Yes. There was that clip that was circulating by I think Rima Balil on Twitter. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of rare to be eliminated with a 2-1 record on the WTA. I think it happened Puskova maybe 2021. I remember she went 2-1, didn't get out of the group. Ivanovic 2014, I think, same thing, but like it's not very common.
Yeah, I think for me, I probably expected a bit more generally from both Swiatek and Rybakina. I don't know. I guess I was just thinking that like based on quality. This is, by the way, not WTA, but WTA Finals Riyadh. Like WTA had posted before that this match doesn't matter. And of course, this is a very different account just of the event. But yeah, I mean, it is funny. It's not even like the qualification scenario was, I guess, a little complicated because you had Pegula there earlier, and like that match actually could have mattered. But I think even with Pegula in there, like even if Swiatek was playing Pegula, then she actually like the win wouldn't give her all that much. Anyway, that's not surprise. That's not the point right now. But yeah, both Rybakina and Swiatek. I was just thinking that maybe based on quality alone, they were going to look a little bit better despite not playing for 2 months. And well, both of them were rusty as hell. Of course, Iga played a very good match today, but it was against an opponent she feels super comfortable facing. Also, Rybakina won a match against Sabalenka, but it was like a semi-dead rubber for Arina. I mean, she already won the group, so I guess it was a full-on dead rubber, not counting the 200 points and the prize money. Mm-hmm. So I think Elena also underwhelmed slightly, I think. And on the other hand, I kind of have to congratulate and eat my words a bit Jasmine Paolini. I mean, yeah, sure, today she was outmatched, but she was not outmatched, or yesterday she was outmatched, but she wasn't outmatched in 3 matches, as I maybe would have suspected. She had these set points against Arina, which if she took them, she could have like really changed the script for that group. And obviously beating Rybakina in the first match, even if she was coming back after 2 months out, I think Jasmine played a very like solid, effective match, and yeah, just did so much better than I anticipated. So that's good. And of course, you already mentioned Pegula. That was kind of one of the players we're thinking could be a dark horse here. Sure, she usually doesn't handle indoor conditions too well for whatever reason, because her game should suit it. But yeah, still, to see her go out like this was unexpected for sure.
Yeah, I would say I also didn't expect. I wasn't that surprised that Goff beat Swiatek, as I thought that might happen beforehand. But I was surprised that it was straight sets for sure. I think that ended up hurting Iga as well. That she couldn't win that second set somehow. But
Interesting.
Ready. Play.
We've got Zheng and Krejcikova on our screen already. As you can see, we're going to be live with this match. And Qinwen and Barbora have played, well, I'm not sure how often, but they played last year.
Yeah, they played last year in that Zhengzhou final.
Exactly, yeah.
500 final, yeah. That Zheng ended up winning 6-4 in the third.
And that's the only time, or?
Yeah, I think that's the only time they played.
Okay. Yeah, I remembered that, but then I was thinking they probably played somewhere. But yeah, anyway, only that Zhengzhou match. Qinwen, of course, was going really strong towards the end of last year. I guess Krejcikova was doing fine herself. But yeah, after watching the WTA finals group stage here, I see that Qinwen is actually a pretty huge favorite for the bookmakers. I mean, I don't know if I quite agree with that. Maybe I'm more on the Nick side here, you know? I'm just hedging my bets.
Yeah, I think after the kind of win that Krejcikova would have had today, I mean, why can't she beat Zheng? Like, I don't see anything matchup wise that she should struggle a ton with. I mean, if her timing is as good as it's been all week, and she's able to, bring her very best level of variation and sort of that smooth, easy power that she's known for, and just when she's like really kind of in that zone like she is so far, then I think her ceiling is higher than Zheng's right now. So the question is just will she be steady enough and consistent enough throughout the course of three sets potentially to get it done? I mean, she was right there with Qinwen in the Zhangzhou final. But I honestly think I'll go with Krejcikova slightly. I know that's picking the underdog, but
well, I mean, then my advice to you is go bet, if you think that Krejcikova is a slight favorite. But no, I mean, I think I agree with what you or Jean is saying in the chat as well. To me, this is super close with the way that Krejcikova has kind of already beat the odds many times this week or this year as a whole in these two big runs. The way that she's been playing this WTA finals, I don't really think that Qinwen is that much of a favorite. But I also have to admit, she's done very well. The win over Rybakina, despite, again, Elena being a little out of it, was one of the best of her career. And to step up yesterday in that dead rubber, the 6-1, 6-1 over Paolini, that was the kind of beatdown that I was thinking Jasmine was going to suffer like once or twice at least this WTA finals. And Qinwen was the only player to give her that, and was looking pretty astonishing in the process. Is, as Vansh mentioned, Goff Sabalenka, and that match, we already talked about Wuhan and how Coco was up there, and basically, she just double faulted her way to a loss. Now in the group stage, I guess she played okay without like fireworks, but obviously getting the win over Swiatek, her second win against Iga, was massive. Today, the loss, I know that some people will be suggesting that, she might have thought, oh yeah, Swiatek out of the tournament, I should lose. But that's really not true. Obviously, she wouldn't want to play Sabalenka in the semis. And in that sense, the best way for Goff to kind of fix the result there would be to lose 1-2, even though I don't think she would, I don't think she would ever do that. But maybe your mind can kind of toy with you in a way. But anyway, yeah, that definitely didn't happen. She's going to play Sabalenka here. No one wants to face Arena, but after Wuhan recently, I guess, there's reason to be confident.
Yeah, and both these guys had the same situation, right, where they went 2-0 and then they kind of didn't play their best in the third match. They came up against a pretty, at various stages a peaking opponent. So it's going to be intriguing because I would be surprised if this match is not close, actually. Goff Sabalenka. I'd be pretty surprised. If Arena won in very easy straights, I'd be surprised. Same, obviously, the other way. I think it's going to be really competitive.
I guess so, yeah. They've played some fast court matches this year, right? Wuhan, Australian Open, and they were pretty close.
I assume the odds would be closer than Krejcikova Zheng.
Pretty much the same. Sabalenka is a similar favorite as Zheng.
I don't know if I'd have Sabalenka that high of a favorite right now, but
I think that Sabalenka should be the sort of favorite that she is, so like 1.5. But Zheng Krejcikova kind of surprised that it's like that. I mean, I think Arina is like clearly the favorite. Like no one can actually come in and say that Coco is the favorite, but is she live in that match? Obviously, as well.
Yeah, that's kind of how I think about it as well. I think it's pretty close though between them. I'll go like slight edge Arina in that one.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I'm totally fine with that. And well, I mean, if someone is able to beat Sabalenka, we kind of said that maybe even Gauff or Krejcikova have the better matchups. So if Sabalenka and Zheng would land in the final, which the two favorites, then probably we would favor Arina. I mean, we would favor Arina against Barbora as well, but it would be probably more intriguing if the Krejcikova random pick.
Ready. Play.
If the Krejcikova what, Damien? If the Krejcikova what? Hello there, and welcome to Talking Tennis. This is our coverage of Zheng versus Krejcikova, first WTA Finals semi-final. I've been stoked for this match all day, and I'm also very, very excited to be sharing watching this with Mr. Tennis Asia himself, Eddie McGee. Eddie, how you doing?
Yeah, very good. And yeah, I'm also really looking forward to this match. Yeah, I mean, sort of maybe taken by surprise a little bit with Krejcikova's form here, but I mean, it's sort of setting up a really interesting match. I think it could be a good one.
Yeah, this is the one where I think we're the least sure which way this is going to go, because Zheng has got the head-to-head leads, we can see, and it was a fairly recent win as well. But we know what Krejcikova's like. We know that she just beat the form player in her group, Gauff, and pushed Iga Swiatek. I mean, that was a interesting match to dissect, that Swiatek-Krejcikova match. And yeah, somehow we're here with this semi-final, which I don't think anyone could have predicted. So yeah, this is an interesting setup. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, because it's hard to call a favorite here. I know we were just listening to Damien and Vanch talk about it the other day, yesterday. I guess, do you have anything to add on to the conversation we would have just heard?
Well, I just think that at the moment, having seen the way Zheng is playing and just obviously how she's been in the latter half of this year, the stats speak for themselves. The number of matches she's won, just in general, how well she's playing, but also she's serving, a little bit higher serve percentages, and just she's just slightly raised her level to the point where, she's just becoming very hard to beat. And obviously she's had wins now over Swiatek. She had wins just in this tournament over Rybakina. Those were first wins for her over those players. And watching it here, it seems like she seems very confident and is in a good place, mentally and with her game. But also, on the other hand, Krejcikova, I mean, when she's in form, she's, there's almost no weaknesses in her game, right? So it's very difficult to pick this one, and she seems to be on a sort of hit a streak again. So, yeah, it's really interesting prospect, and I think normally you know, I would be feeling more confident about Zheng's chances against a lot of players, but just the way that Krejcikova has sort of come into this tournament and the way she's played is making me, you know, think twice about it. So I think it's going to be a good one, I think.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think Krejcikova's played really, really well, and I thought this would be a possibility that she would play well, given that she can start playing good tennis out of nowhere, and she's got competitive records against the people who are at the very top of the game. So I guess the way it played out probably wasn't a massive surprise. I mean, like that group that she's top of did end up being quite messy in the end, whereas Zheng came second in a really tough group in the end. Like everyone there, with the exception of Rebecca, was playing really well every match, and then Rebecca played pretty good in her final match, and maybe just shook some rust off. Probably too late for her to get through, but to me, Zheng was kind of good against everyone except Sabalenka, who she has a well-known matchup issue with. I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves before the kind of get there, but you know, maybe that's a conversation for if she wins this match, is whether she can overcome that. But that should give her a lot of confidence that, yeah, she could beat everyone except Sabalenka right now.
Yeah, and that's actually, in terms of, like, you know, the latter half of this year, that's been the story pretty much. Like, she has, I mean, I can't remember the record in the latter half of this year, but it's something like 30.
Vance should know it. Vance probably tweeted it at some point.
Yeah, right. It was elite level. You're talking about 30 odd matches and maybe like 5 lost or something, but you know, it was very, very good. So it's an elite level record, and obviously having beat, you know, some of these top 3 players or top 5 players in there as well. So yeah, just obviously most of those losses I think have come against Sabalenka. So yeah, I mean, that's an issue here. And of course, you know, the last match that they played, I mean, I think Zhang's improved a lot since then, but it was a 3-set match, and I think Zheng had to come back from a set down, right? So it wasn't an easy match. And if you know, if Barbie was to get up a set here, then it could, I mean, I'm not necessarily sure that, you know, she's going to, you know, Zheng's going to be able to come back from that. So
she's definitely not going to have an easy time. I guess question-wise then is sort of, yeah, like what tactically do you expect to sort of see happen here? Do we see sort of Zheng taking kind of big risks and going for it and hoping to push Krejcikova back, and maybe Krejcikova looking to kind of just stay solid and keep herself in the point and open up opportunities? I mean, that's kind of, I guess it's kind of, if they both play their games at their best, the other person's going to have a very difficult time of getting through.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I almost feel like if Krejcikova plays at her best, it's going to be harder for Zheng, just the way that she can sort of, she's got a little bit more, let's say, I would say, like, variety in a way. But yeah, at the moment, Zheng has been impressing me with actually the way she's sort of become. I think she's just in a very good space in terms of like her confidence as well. So she's been a bit more expressive as well with the way she's playing, and she's been able to execute just confidence in most of her shots. So I think, yeah, it just sets it up for a really interesting match here, to be honest. And I think they're both going to be going for it.
I don't know whether the match is underway on your screen or not.
Yeah, I've got it.
I've just
seen 30 love now to Zheng.
Oh my word, you are very far ahead.
Oh, okay.
You are very far ahead, because I've just seen Krejcikova put a forehand into the net cross court for 15 love.
Like, I could maybe wait, hang on. I can slow it down a little bit though. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe we can kind of see where we get to with it. Eskil, but yeah, by the way, I don't think Zheng's played Goff in this second half of the year, because Goff.
No, they've only played once. It was in.
But Zheng lost to Mukova.
I think it was in. Was it in Rome they played?
Yeah, but like second half of the year.
Yeah, but that's the only time they played, isn't it? It's just the one match, isn't it? Obviously, Goff came out on top, so.
And they both like the clay.
Yeah. But
yeah, which is interesting for someone who's got such a big game like Zheng. She's comfortable on clay and she's comfortable on very fast surfaces as well. It's probably to do with the way that she moves. Oh, great rally at the minute, but Zheng again keeping Krejcikova pushed back to get to 40 love.
Yeah, and I've just seen that Zheng has actually taken the first.
I mean, that's the trajectory this game seems to be on. Okay, yeah, it's pretty standard that I'm behind everyone else because that's just the way that everything's set up for me.
Yeah, there was an interesting article posted about just how I don't know if you follow, the Tennis Abstract.
Oh yeah,
site, yeah.
Tennis Abstract.
So the guy that runs the site, Jeff, he posted an article about Zheng, just showing how, she's actually just increased all aspects of her game slightly in terms of like the points that she's winning on her serve, but also, return and her backhand has improved a lot in terms of the damage that she's been able to do with that. So it's just sort of, she's actually managed to improve a lot of aspects of her game, and perhaps maybe that's with the coach coming in, but she did get a new coach this year, so
yeah, that's right, she did, and he's definitely had an impact. And yeah, I think when everything improves, that just has a sign that like you're playing with a lot more confidence and belief. Maybe there are things that like she could have done to develop, but unless there were really quick fixes, I think there's just this core of like, she knows that she can make her game work. See how Barbie K comes out here. She's serving double faults at the first point, love 15. So yet to win a point this match for me.
Yeah, we were talking about the improvements, but I think especially like when she plays, she tends to win a very high percentage of her first serve points, but it was always an issue that she doesn't get enough first serves in, but that's gone up apparently an average of a couple percentage points, and that can make a big difference, when in tennis, when often just comes down to a few points here and there, key points. And obviously, she's feeling confident now with that, and of course, I think in the last match, she against Paolini, she obviously won 6-1, 6-1, a great result. But she had, I think her first serve percentage was like 63 or maybe more than that in percentage, and it was just a really dominant performance. I think she hit 12 aces as well. So
fantastic. Go on.
I was just going to say, and obviously we know how good she is from the ground as well. She's got the power, and she just, the confidence is there. And that was a big backhand in the line there. And running forehand cross court, you won't have seen that one yet, I don't think. No. Unfortunately, I haven't paused it, or doesn't seem to be.
I'll tell you when I see it, that we can get an idea of how much you need to pause it for. But I'm enjoying the dynamic of this match because I can already see that Krejcikova's trying to just move Zheng around a bit, maybe using angles, mixing up the pace, and Zheng's just trying to push Krejcikova back. Although having said that, they are just sort of competing. They're having a bit of a slice off at the minute on my screen. Now got the backhand of the line, and there's that running forehand cross court. Oh, and that's the one from Zheng. Brilliant winner. Yeah, I can see that why you were impressed with that.
Yeah, and she's she's been moving better as well, it seems. I've been impressed with that, and especially in the last match against Paolini, or both matches, against Paolini and Rybakina,
Well, you need to move well against Paolini because the way she tries to move you around and open up the court, and Rybakina, getting to everything, keeping the defense up, really, really critical for getting back her max attack. I'm interested to see what happens here. Of course, Krejcikova overplays the forehand. It's 30-40, and really this is, Zheng has definitely been the better starter so far this match. Obviously, with the next point, but
I've just seen her take that game actually, so you'll see that now.
Right.
But I'll try and pause it a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. I'm having a look to see what's how this happened. So Krejcikova bouncing the ball, second serve. Serves in the middle of the box, backhand in play from Zheng. Forehand Krejcikova over the baseline. That's 2 forehand errors from Krejcikova, and it's game to Zheng. So there we go. Zheng's got the immediate break for 2-0, 2-love in the opening set. And Krejcikova's got a fight on her hands here if she wants to make this final in Riyadh. There does seem to be a fair few Chinese fans who've flown out to support Zheng, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember the population of the country is huge, and she's, perhaps, definitely the most well-known tennis star in the country at the moment, and up to that, a gold medal win. And, she's been appearing on we've got big sponsors. She was on Vogue magazine and all that stuff. So she's a big deal, right? And I don't know, maybe there's some Chinese working in Riyadh as well that have made the trip there. So, but or in Saudi Arabia. But I mean, she's gonna have fans wherever she goes, I think.
WTA were probably kicking themselves that they had to leave China just as they got themselves a big star in that country that were drawing all the crowd.
Yeah, right. I mean, having the finals there, that would be something.
But
I've just seen a little chance here for Krejcikova perhaps to break back.
Let's have a look here. Yeah, it's a fantastic return for love 30. Brilliant. Hit her spot well. That's the Krejcikova we've been seeing, who's kind of disrupting things at the minute. So possibility for her to stop Zheng from running away with it, although Zheng's just going to take this point here. I mean, it's interesting because obviously Krejcikova won the group, but she lost to Świątek from a set-up. But given that she was playing 2 different versions of Świątek in that match, where the first half, I can see that's the backhand error from Krejcikova there. The first half of the match was Świątek making a load of errors and Krejcikova able to exploit that situation. And then Świątek locking down, coming back from double breakdown, and then just basically dominating the rest of the match. It was a tale of 2 Igors. And so it's kind of weird to say that, could Krejcikova have been more dominant? No. But somehow she scrapped her way through to win the group anyway, as Zheng aces her. It's a weird situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take Krejcikova having to play at her best to come out a winner, I think, in this match. Just the confidence that Wei Zheng is playing at the moment. It's hard for me to see that she's going to throw in a bad performance, especially after this start at the moment. But who knows? Obviously, it's early days in this match, but that's not my expectation. And
as in the race,
Krejcikova, though, she's obviously got a lot of experience and success. So
what was your read? What was your read on the Krejcikova Goff match? Do you think? I mean, I think that's probably what kind of, obviously that's what clinched it for Krejcikova getting through, winning the group. Was that an underperformance from Goff, or did Krejcikova find a way through? Because I was trying to watch it, but I wasn't able to pay too close attention to.
I didn't actually see the whole match myself. I mean, I saw the highlights, but and it looked like. I mean, I can only go from the highlights, but I mean, which is limited. I mean, I thought Krejcikova looked like she played well, but
she did. She did. I will say that.
I think Ghostie's saying that Goff blew her chances.
Yeah,
but I mean, well, she did have some chances, didn't she? I mean, she also had chances perhaps to break back.
Goff was Goff up a break? No, that was the Swiatek match. Goff had chances to go break up in that second set. You're right, and then Krejcikova was the one who took her opportunities, and it was pretty competitive, those two sets that they played.
Yeah, I mean, I think though it's the difference in styles as well. You know, like I mean, with Goff, I mean, it's not always. She didn't always have the blowout shot that she's going to be able to dictate. It depends, but it's Zheng here that's holding on here, which is to make it 3-love in this first set, and
I've seen that. Yeah,
that's a very impressive start.
It is a very impressive start, and you can see some of her fans in the crowd.
And Coco. Go see something like Coco 40 unforced errors in 2 sets. So that's I didn't realize it was that many. But that's all unforced errors to be. If you hit 40 winners or close to 40 winners, then it's not so bad. I'm sure that wasn't the case, but in this particular match, we're talking about winners and unforced errors. That was another interesting thing in that article, was that the ratio of winners to unforced errors had increased quite a bit for Zheng, actually.
Okay.
So that's another interesting thing in her improvement. So
yeah, she's definitely not making as many mistakes as she used to, because you're right, she was quite error prone, still can be. Although interestingly, I thought in that Wuhan final against Sabalenka, she kind of gave herself more opportunities by taking more risks. So it's kind of, I don't know if that counters the progress that she would have been making. That maybe needs to be what she has to do to kind of get right up there with the very, very best. But she's definitely closing in on them, and certainly against the rest of the field, like Krejcikova, what she's doing is working very, very well.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's also a bit of pressure here for Krejcikova. So here, let's see how she responds.
Yeah, she's kind of waiting for things to settle down a bit by the look of it. I
mean, that's... Yeah, that was a nice first point there.
Yeah. Watching it now. Oh, yeah. Brilliant forehand from Krejcikova. Just cleared by Zheng. Cross-court Krejcikova. Zheng can't control it in the net. I think it must be, 10-second gap between you and me?
Yeah, I'll see if I can slow it down a bit.
Try and...
okay.
Okay. Here we go. Got first serve from Krejcikova. Missed. I'm just doing this to help you kind of align. Krejcikova's bouncing the balls, going into a second serve. Delivers it into the net. So double fault.
Okay. I think we're
aligned
on the same spot. Yeah, so double fault from Krejcikova.
Still under a lot of pressure here to try and keep herself in this. Doesn't want to fall behind.
It's a good serve. Yes, it makes that volley. and comes
That's
into the
double
net.
skills at play.
And she obviously has the net play, which is something that I think she has over Zheng, you know. But what will it mean, says Ghosty, if Zheng wins a gold medal and a WTA final, but no 1000s or slams?
I mean, it depends what you mean. Like, for Zheng or for the world? Like, it means different things in different contexts.
Well, I mean, it means that I think I mean, I don't see too much difference from 1000. I mean, she did reach a 1000 final, right? Just recently.
Yeah, Wuhan.
Wuhan, and I mean, I sort of put these up in there as, I mean, a gold medal, you could argue, is maybe a little bit better than 1000. I don't know it depends how you see it. WTA
I'd
finals,
say it's about the same, if not better.
Yeah, and WTA finals is, you know, it's up there, right? So I just see it as being, these are big titles that she's won that shows that she's reaching a new level. It's obviously not, she would want to do it more regularly in terms of winning. You know, of course she wants to win 1000 events, but I mean, I feel like she's almost just getting going now in terms of she's starting to get towards whatever her peak is. And
yeah, there's plenty of players out there who seem to have an undercount of 1000s compared to what you would expect. I mean, Angie Kerber comes to mind. No, Dan Wawrinka, yeah, only the one slam on the men's, only the 1000 on the men's side, but he's won 3 slams. So,
well, I think, I mean, Ghosty's being
harsh, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, she's also had the Australian Open final as well. But hey, yeah, I mean, I think statistically, I mean, the latter half of the year, though, she still has been top 3. I think, you know, it's only Swiatek and Sabalenka that have been better, really. So,
what sort of second half of the year, you mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, second half of the year. But I mean, you could say over the whole year, but I mean, after she got to that final in Australia, she didn't have too much. You know, it was a bit underwhelming, right? She was a lot of early exits there, but
I mean, it might be controversial. I mean, like, it pains me to say it, but she was definitely better than Swiatek in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Goff is probably the one who would probably challenge her for second place, but yeah, I would say maybe she's over the course of the whole second half, second, because I think Pegula would also be up there based on the US Open, or the US hard court swing, but the Asian swing kind of let her down. Yeah, for right now, I think as amazing winner there from Zheng for 15 all, inside out winner. Yeah, fantastic. I think she's a fantastic player. I think you have to regularly get to semi-finals and finals of 1000s, Olympics, the WTA finals, slams. You are one of the best players in the world. If you are talking about the best, if you're talking about another fantastic win from Zheng there from the mid court. If you're talking about sort of, is she the best of the best of the best in the world? It's still Swiatek and Sabalenka, with an argument for Rybakina and maybe also Goff, but that's contentious. So I think that's probably that's the ceiling that we would have to put her at. But we shouldn't basically say, well, then that's like she's not triple A tier, she's double A tier, which is still incredible.
Yeah, exactly. Just the fact that we're putting her in that conversation now tells us that, you know, what she's done is been quite impressive. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if she can keep that going at the start of next year, regardless of what happens here. But I mean, she might get to the final here. She might win this tournament. Who knows? But I think next year she's gonna be playing the United Cup again, right?
That seems to be the plan, right?
Yeah.
I haven't checked the United Cup lineup, but that sounds about right.
I think the top Chinese player, they get into the tournament, right, by virtue of her ranking, right? Or like
I saw the entry list come out and I was like, I don't need to pore over this until January or until Christmas. So
yeah, right. It's a bit far away.
Great game again from Zheng to kind of close to 30, unreturnable serve. And right now, the serve and the forehand are coming through when she needs it, and she's 4-1 up in this set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all about Zheng at the minute, and it's clear that Krejcikova has an uphill battle to just compete with her. Also, Ghosty, I actually remember the 2008 recession very well. I was following it very closely. I know, yes, I was a teenager, but I was that kind of teenager. So I remember that. But like, yeah, you have reminded me about those ratings because, yeah, you wrote those ratings because, yeah, that should have been consigned to history. Okay, so we've got. I mean, what about? I mean, obviously, we talk about where does Zheng fit into the grand scheme of things. Krejcikova is a weird anomaly that you put into the grand scheme of things because on her day, she is one of the best in the world, but that day seems to happen once or twice a year.
Yeah, right. It's like when she can put it all together, though. It's like she has like, how can you say, like she's got variety in her game, so it makes her, you know, it's impressive to watch and really nice strokes as well. But yeah, it's a case of her putting it all together, which doesn't happen too often, but it does. You know, she ends up winning titles like slams, and so
maybe there's a gap. Maybe it's just sort of like when she's on and she's playing her very best, it's very difficult for anyone to live with. But sort of the tier below that is kind of open season, and it's really going to depend on the level that she brings, that she kind of brings with it, and her own kind of her own performance. Really, like an average Krejcikova performance is probably on par with a lot of the top 10, top 20, which is still pretty darn good. But it's kind of when she brings out the real big guns, that's when she's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is the woman who's won 2 Grand Slams. You know, I remember, again, it's very easy to get into a debate on Twitter as Krejcikova's actually gone inside long and inside out forehand, love 30, real danger of a double breakdown here.
It was the big Zheng return down the middle again, which has been working very well for her in this tournament. But yeah, but well, let's see how she gets through this love 30 point. Another great return from Zheng. Now tears up the backhand is long, 15-30. But yeah, I got into a discussion with someone over like someone asked, "Oh, who are the top 5 WTA players of the 2020s so far?" And I got into a bit of a debate over whether because there wasn't much disagreement that the top ones would be Swiatek, Sabalenka, Barty, Osaka, and whether the 5th player should be Rybakina or Krejcikova was kind of the discussion I got into. And like, and basically their basis was Krejcikova has 2 slams, Elena has 1, and I'm like, but Elena has shown up at way more tournaments, and been a contender for more titles than Krejcikova has. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to look as well, you know, the context of her titles as well. But I think there's an argument for either player, I guess.
Yeah, there is an argument. I'm not going to say there isn't one.
Yeah, Barty. When did she retire now? It's like
2022, almost 3 years ago now.
Yeah. I mean, it was at the Australian Open, right?
Yeah, Krejcikova's just aced her way to close out the game, so she's got out of that love 30 hole and it's now 2-4. Yeah, it was March 2022. She won the Australian Open. Didn't play. We were expecting to see. Didn't then pull out of Indian Wells. We were expecting to see her maybe show up at Miami, and then suddenly she drops this bombshell interview that she was retiring like instantly. And everyone was like, "Oh, okay."
I always think like, what would happen? What would tennis look like now if she didn't retire, and then, and maybe if Osaka didn't stop playing, she didn't have her baby at that time yet. Who knows what would.
But she was struggling with other things at that point.
Yes, true. This is true.
Yeah, there's a lot of what ifs there. Great forehand at the line winner from Zheng again. That's
that's impressive.
I honestly think I think it would make the 1000s a lot more competitive. I think we'd be very excited to see sort of Barty, Iga, Arena when Elena was at her peak last year. We'd be very excited to see those 4 players in the mix. I honestly think Ash might have dominated Wimbledon, but she probably wouldn't have got any other slams. I think Arena would have shown up and been a real pain for her at the Australian Open. And I don't see her getting past Iga at the French.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she may have won. She would probably have locked in the grass, and then
Wimbledon. Yeah,
it'd have been very competitive at the 1000s, and then the other slams probably would have gone the same way as they all did. With Arena and Iga dominating the Australian and the French, and the US being open season.
So important moments here for Zheng. I mean,
bring it. Let's see what happens. Zheng is, yeah, you're right. Giving a second serve. Is Zheng stepping off the gas here?
And if I was Krejcikova, I would be going attacking this if possible.
That's a double-edged sword, though, because you could then overplay it.
Oh, it's gone out though.
Yeah, they all. So you need to worry about it.
And that was 132 kilometers serve.
That's high for a second, isn't it?
I mean,
I'm not good with kilometers. I don't.
I'm gonna give you
miles to kilometers conversion.
I think that's not that. But that is a good one there. That was a great first serve. Down the middle, that was over 180 kilometers. So
yeah, I am stubbornly British, and whenever I see everything in kilometers per hour, I'm just like, that means nothing to me.
I think that's 184. I would be like 110 miles an hour or something like that, maybe. So right, it's pretty big.
All right, let's see what Zheng can bring. She's got a second serve incoming. Aborts the ball toss. Stares into the crowd. Ghosty, Stop and the British go very well together. Trust me. And backhand and play from Krejcikova. Forehand to the forehand of Krejcikova at the line. Backhand cross court from Zheng. Backhand Krejcikova. Still kind of trading. Oh, that's a wild miscue from Zheng.
Yeah. And perhaps a little bit of pressure for her now.
Yeah. I can see what she was going for with that. But not just not quite. All right. Zheng coming up. What she got? 40 deuce again.
She's taking time here. Is she smiling?
Is she getting distracted by something? There's something going on in the background. Someone that's shouting out from the crowd because, I can't hear what's going on. Krejcikova's putting her hand up.
Someone whining or something?
Does anyone have sound for this? Oh, wonderful from Zheng, putting Krejcikova off balance, and Krejcikova's response and go over the net as advantage Zheng.
I like that. I feel like that's just, I've seen that before in this match. She was just going back in behind cross court with that forehand. Wrong footing Krejcikova. And I think, because we talked about how Zheng can play on clay, and obviously that's much slower. The ball comes at higher, right? But so you got a bit more time, right? But I think maybe at first on the quicker hard court, she maybe wasn't. She took a bit of time to adjust to it, but she's obviously quite comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, because I remember it was like RG when 2022, when Zheng was the only person to get a set off Swiatek, and could even have beaten her in that tournament. That I really first sat up and went, Zheng could be something here. And then she's closed out the game for 5-2. And then I remember everyone kind of cooled off on her for a while, and I just couldn't understand it because, I remember that performance. I remembered, okay, this kid she was still pretty young. She had a chance to do something here. She's still got a lot to develop, and I guess now 2 years later, we now wouldn't be surprised by the way that match went at RG. But yeah, it's I remember that one kind of coming out and sort of she put up a lot of stubborn fight there. I can't remember why I'm mentioning that, but that was what made me first kind of believe in her. And but it was on the clay. It was on the clay.
The match against that was a while ago. The one against you mean Swiatek, right?
Yeah, 2022 fourth round.
Yeah. She came out fired up, but then she got rolled, right? But yeah, that was really impressive because at that point, that was when Swiatek was on fire, right? And so for her to step up and even play like that in the first set was crazy. So yeah, obviously got potential. Swiatek goes to saying that she wishes Zheng would employ her power more, but whatever.
I don't know how she could hit the ball harder than she does. She's a big player.
I think she's got a really nice backhand as well, but we maybe don't see it. Like when she hits through it, it's a flatter stroke, and I really like it. But we don't always see it too much. So, but
right. Can Krejcikova hold here and keep this to one break? Certainly good start with that serve. You can tell, by the way, that we're currently in awe at this performance from Zheng at the minute because it feels like Krejcikova is just trying to keep up, and certainly she's doing well to keep it to one break. But you can tell that Zheng is the player we're currently more impressed with.
Yeah, it's like I was, obviously all these players they're motivated to do well, but there's sometimes it's a kind of an X factor. I always try to consider any matchup is the motivation of the player. There's sometimes there's just a little bit more motivation for one player to do well, and when they're playing well, that can sort of make a difference. And I feel like Zheng is here at the moment. She's in that zone, and here she is at 15-30 on the Krejcikova serve. So
yeah, because she wasn't faced by Krejcikova coming into net there, and that court might be benefiting Zheng. She's going to step it up.
Yeah, 15-40.
Yeah.
Two set points. Yeah.
2 set points for Zheng Qinwen. Barbora Krejcikova kind of stepping up, wondering what's happened. Group winner. Still feeling good after that Goff win. Pretty good after pushing Swiatek. Zheng's going to Krejcikova Second serve.
Second serve.
First serve ends up in the net. The tension is high in Riyadh. Second serve is delivered. That's quite a second serve.
Yeah. Very nice serve. I mean, Zheng was desperate to go for that, but just couldn't. 157 kilometers an hour, which is pretty quick. So close to 100 miles an hour.
We go second set point for Krejcikova to save. Delivers the first serve. What long? Tried to go for a T serve. Clearly out. Delivers the second. Backhand in play from Zheng. Gets the return there. Forehand up the line to the backhand of Krejcikova cross court. Backhand Zheng looped up. Out. 2 set points saved.
Yeah. Very well done from Krejcikova. Some really nice strokes. Moving her around and taking it early.
Yeah. A lot more on the front foot these last couple of points. Can she close this game out and force Zheng to serve it out? Put the pressure on 2 set points.
Out the air, and that's really nicely done.
Yeah, that backhand sort of mid-court, out the air, cross-court. Zheng really had to chase it down. It just wasn't happening. Lovely timing on that swing volley. Game point, Krejcikova, to close this one out. Delivers the first serve at the tee. Too good. It's unreturnable, and Zheng Qinwen's going to have to serve this one out of 5-3. Good game from Krejcikova there. Right. Fairly good. I mean, like 37 minutes is not too straightforward a set, it has to be said. We like to get to like what, 40 minutes, depending unless Zheng serves 4 aces. 40 minutes, 6-3 sets, not too bad in terms of competitiveness. But can Krejcikova make it even more competitive and break back here? Gets the backhand in play. Zheng just clears it. Slice from drop shot from Krejcikova.
Drop shot. Oh, and she sends it.
Oh, Krejcikova's overcooked it. The open court was right there. She just had to put the ball there, and she overhits it from the net, and it goes to the baseline.
Yeah, did the hard part superbly, and then just sort of she mishit it there, or no, she just does just too much on it, wasn't it? I mean, damn.
Yeah, just a little bit too much. That's going to help Zheng a lot. Krejcikova cannot afford to give her any gifts. Great return now on the slice forehand. Now Krejcikova's trying to go on the run with the forehand. Great forehand from Zheng to put Krejcikova out of position. It's 30 love. By the way, my response to Ghosty's comment is 30 love to Zheng Qinwen. As great unreturnable serve. 40 love. 3 more set points for Zheng Qinwen. Yeah, it might be about right for 40 minutes on the clock. We're at minute 39. Third set point, first of this game for Zheng Qinwen.
What a serve.
Oh, what ace to finish.
And that's, well, I haven't been keeping a tally, actually. I mean, how many serves have we got today? I mean, it's not been as many as the other day, but yeah, 7, is it 7 aces now? Yeah, pretty impressive. I mean, yeah, I mean, Krejcikova will be kicking herself at that point at the beginning, but overall, Zheng has been very impressive, and it's going to take Krejcikova, I think, she's going to have to really step up here. It just looks like Zheng is she's probably, her level's not going to dip too much, so I don't know. What is Krejcikova going to have to do here to get back into this match?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, like, play some brave tennis, I think. She's just going to have, I mean, like, that's what she was doing.
Yeah.
And then maybe that mistake at the first point of that game just could have set her back a bit. But at the minute, even when she's being a bit, because at the minute, Zheng is just running everything down. She's so quick and just able to kind of also put Barbora in really awkward positions. So, yeah, I think, but Krejcikova's got to be, just play some braver tennis and take some more risks. And that might shake things up a bit. That's kind of her best hope right now. Yeah. By the way, comment for those, but I think most of the audience are not British, so they won't know this. But like, we've got Sky Sports covering it in the UK, and they have people like courtside. So they've had Tim Henman during some of the group stage matches. They've got Laura Robson today. But whenever they go to them for like courtside updates for like their perspective based on what they're seeing from the court, it's like they're in front of a bearing cloud with the lights like kind of down low and a lot of multicolored lights and blaring music, and it just sounds like they're getting updates from the club, John Silk style.
Yeah, Laura Robson. Yeah, it's always interesting to listen to her. She seems to be a natural for the tennis punditry.
She's so good. She is so good. I'd say she's like one of the top 2 or 3 tennis pundits out there right now. Great net play again from Krejcikova, but again, stubborn from Zheng, who just keeps running everything down and then forces Krejcikova to do an overhead backhand, which ends up in the net.
Yeah, that was just
going to the
all
net
over the place.
Going to the net was the right play for Krejcikova, but I don't know whether she was placing it too short, whether Zheng was too quick. Maybe a bit of both. Oh, just clears the net from Krejcikova then to another long rally. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's another example of some brave tennis, but Krejcikova overhits the forehand cross court to love 30, and maybe, yeah, like I've said that she's go braver. She's doing that, but she's not able to find the court with it.
It's very impressive here from Zheng, though. She's not going to take her foot off the gas. And that's a great return.
Great return again. It's sort of still trading forehand to forehand right now.
Yeah.
Super angle from Krejcikova.
Here.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Rob Fitzgerald off balance, and Krejcikova gets that point, 15-30.
Yeah, Krejcikova coming out on top in the forehand battle, and looked like she might not at one point, but yeah, that was very impressive.
Yes, Ghosty. I may not take the politics of the revolutionaries, but I will take their facial hair. Oh, lovely drop shot from Krejcikova. I think the ball. No, she lost the point. Which Krejcikova out 15-40. 15-40. Here we go. Break point chance for Zheng Qinwen to really get a grip on this match. But then we've said that before. Great inside out backhand return from Zheng, who sets up the forehand. The Krejcikova backhand right to Zheng forward, inside out. Oh, slice for Krejcikova on the defense in the net. Too good.
I mean, yeah, just really going for that forehand, and yeah, deserves to get the break here. And it really just looks like it's going to take like a dip from Zheng, which probably isn't going to come, but at the moment, she's just too good. That's crazy. Stat in the first set, 94% first serves won by Zheng in the first set.
We were talking about how critical that was earlier, and Yeah, no wonder she's dominant with that.
13 winners to 8 unforced in the first set.
That's my Wi-Fi. Right, I'm trying to find the browser.
Another ace down the middle.
What a result. 15 love. Fabulous performance so far from Zheng Qinwen. Another huge first serve. Krejcikova somehow gets that back in play, forcing Zheng to slice it. Now she's got Zheng on the run with the forehand, backhand. Zheng's going to run for it, loops up, smash for Krejcikova, puts it away. Just about 15 all. Sorry about the noises, everyone. I'm just having a look. Okay, so if Zheng wins this match, she will overtake Rybakina for number 5.
Wow.
She's already she's already career high of 6, even if she loses. And she will be 4 ranking points behind Jasmine Paolini if she wins. If she was to win the WTA finals overall, she would move up to year-end number 3 ahead of Coco Gauff. Which, yeah, that would be pretty big. And you know what? If the WTA, if the Olympics had given ranking points, she probably would have been number 3.
Yeah, that's
very
Actually,
interesting.
I will caveat that though. Gauff wins her match against Sabalenka, then the best Zheng Qinwen can be is 4, and Gauff secures year-end number 3. But that's what's on the table for Zheng. Sorry, continue your point, Eddie.
No, this. I mean, I think it was. We're talking about the thing on Tennis Abstract. I think at the moment, Zheng is on the. They have the ELO rating, but then I think she's already 3rd on that.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Which is, just illustrates that she's playing at a high level, really. I mean, there's pluses and minuses to that kind of ranking, but so Ghosty says Olympics should not give ranking points.
This is one of the many points I disagree with Ghosty on, because I actually think the Olympics is. I regard the Olympics as a prestigious tennis event, and I would include. I prefer it to have ranking points.
Well, the thing is, like, it's clear when I know people think it's kind of weird because it doesn't really fit in with tennis, because it's not the biggest thing in tennis, let's say, but
no,
it is a unique event in that you're playing for your country to get a medal, but then also it's clear when the players are actually there that they take it much more seriously. I mean, obviously, I think it's just the size of the event itself. They feel that when they're there, and so I mean, how good was that final as well?
Alcaraz Djokovic was one of the best matches of the year.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable, but yeah. So I mean, but it's also a shame that players do just skip it. So
yeah, it is a shame, and I get it, because obviously there's no ranking points for it. I think the players who did skip it, there was also other things going on with them. I get it. It's not the most important event for tennis, but I think it's probably a really important event for a lot of countries, players from certain countries. So, 30-15. Barbora Krejcikova trying to keep up with Zheng Qinwen. Oh, great serve. Although Zheng probably feels like she should have made that return. She looks very annoyed with herself. That backhand return up the line looked like it was going to be good and then clipped the tape and fell back her side. 40-15. Krejcikova winding up. Misses the first serve. Delivers. Oh, double fault, 40-30. As I think I was going to say before that Krejcikova double fault, there's not a lot to criticize Krejcikova for in this match. Like, she's made some silly unforced errors, but usually because she's taking some risks to try and turn things around in her favor. From the start, she's kind of been rocked back by Zheng, and she's trying to do different things to disrupt and get herself back on terms. Like, I can't see anything that's telling me that she's playing badly or underperforming majorly. Obviously, this is not her top level, but you can't expect every player to achieve that most. Like, most players don't get near that most days, even Świątek and Sabalenka. Out from Zheng might give Krejcikova a reprieve there for advantage. But yeah, there's not a lot I can really criticize Krejcikova for in this match. I don't know if you disagree, Eddie, or whether you see this.
No, she hasn't been too bad, I don't think, at all. And I do think it's just, I mean, look at the, yeah, I mean, that's, she's just, you know, these days, Zheng she's in the zone, and it's, you have to be playing pretty well to beat her. I mean, we're talking about, I mean, it's only really Sabalenka that's that she hasn't really been able to beat recently. So
all right. Well, we're at deuce. Krejcikova serves. Great return from Zheng. Krejcikova overplayed that forehand. She is overplaying at points. Advantage Zheng for a potential double break advantage in the second set. Break point. This. I think if Zheng gets this, I think that's going to be quite the cut. It would be quite the comeback for Krejcikova.
Yeah.
Missed the first serve.
This almost feels like, I mean, it seems strange to say it when it's this early in set, but this almost feels like a set point.
Delivers. Oh, she's double faulted. She's double faulted. Oh, my word. Krejcikova going for too much again. Desperate to get back in this and ends up falling further behind. It is 3-love double break Zheng Qinwen in this deciding set. Not deciding set, second set, but it feels like a deciding set because it could be a 2-love lead, which is conclusive. Sky have just now given me a live update of Mute versus Norrie and Mose. Norrie is a setup, and it's 4-5 Mute tiebreak on serve.
I forgot that was even on. That's
so did I.
Yeah. It looks like, will be a Norrie versus Mickelson perhaps final, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, Mickelson's still got to play his other match.
Yeah, that's sort of my prediction there, I think.
I think it seems to be what a lot of people want. Certainly from talking to John and Vanch, that seems to be what they want to see. Damien is currently too focused on the exploits of Hamad Medjedovic in Belgrade.
And Krejcikova giving herself the towel treatment.
So hiding under it.
Or no, was that Krejcikova or was that Zheng?
What colour's the outfit?
So I think it was Krejcikova. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Krejcikova's in the burgundy outfit. Zheng's in the lilac outfit.
Okay.
Match point Nori. So I'm assuming they're going to stick with that until. No, they are cutting back to the WTA match. So that's a good thing. Why am I getting all these notifications? Go away. 15 love for Zheng. Sign things off well. Oh yeah, of course, the biggest Nori fan of all, James Steele, is doing the second match today. Sabalenka Goff. $15 love. Zheng, second serve. Krejcikova is ready for it. Backhand cross court. The backhand of Zheng into the net. 15-all. Zheng's got her hands on her hips, like feeling like she should have at least made that. I mean, it was dumped into the middle of the net. There definitely wasn't enough lift on it. Yeah, that was a slap backhand. And that's just a look at like that. That's an expression of just such disappointment in yourself right there from Zheng. Just missed that first serve. Camera on the screen. Double fault. Good thing she's got this double break. She can't afford to back. I mean, like, Zheng's going to regret it if she backs off here and somehow it gets turned around. Half your prediction is right, Eddie, because Nori is now in the final. He has finished the job against Mute in that tie break. So, camera within camera as we talk about Cameron.
So 15-30 here.
Second serve as well.
A little bit of pressure.
Krejcikova goes for a short
pretty...
10. Oh, wow, this side forehand from Zheng. 15-40, break back points for Krejcikova. Yeah, obviously Ghosty putting in stats about first serve points won. Yep, 87% for Zheng. What's even more nasty is that she won 94% of the first serve she got in. She got 94% of first serves in play. So she's not in this game though. And that's why up till now she's been so good. Gets the second serve in play. Gets his
wow. She never turned down the middle, but then she takes it with the ball still coming up on that forehand and just redirects it with power. And that's just, I mean, that's the kind of shot that only someone who's very confident
would try.
Make. Yeah.
30-40. Another break point to save for Zheng Qinwen. First set into the net. First set is really dropping. Really dropped the first serve percentage. Here's the second break point.
Yeah. The double fault though.
Evens out with the double faults, and we're back to just the one break in this set. 3-1.
Well, she's shown a little dip there, but she still got that break.
Yeah, she definitely dipped in. I mean, like everyone has a dip, so a set and a double breakup is not a bad time to have a dip, but she just needs to stable her own ship, and she'll still get over the line.
I'm not sure on my time zone is at the moment. What time is it there just now in Riyadh?
In Riyadh, 7:15.
Okay, yeah, so it's a reasonable time in the evening. It did seem there's like a few more people there just now compared to like, you know, the day matches earlier in the week, but yeah.
I mean, it is their weekend, so that would
right. Yeah, that's okay, right, yeah.
Great return from Zheng. 15-all. Krejcikova struggling to live with that deep backhand return. Ghosty, you need to put that in the chat for the next match.
Who's... Wait, let's just see this point.
Yeah. First serve delivery from Krejcikova, then follows up with a cross-court forehand. Is that wide? That is wide, 15-30.
Yeah. I mean, she sort of did well to get a racket on that return there, but maybe Krejcikova shouldn't have dragged that way, but perhaps a little bit surprised
by the fact that return came back.
Yeah. I just do. Oh,
unreturned serve though. 30-all. One hour on the clock. Krejcikova bans the ball toss. Still 30-all, still a critical point in this game. Goes for the first serve. Great return from Zheng. And Krejcikova drags it wide to the backhand. 30-40.
Yeah, see that?
Krejcikova's looking very fed up with herself here.
Yeah, I mean,
that she's in.
She didn't have to be that good, I don't think. She was really worried about getting that way quick, but
she's starting to kind of chant it to herself, kind of annoyed with the choices of shot that she's been putting in this game. Zheng, first serve is let. First serve is a let, so that just raises the tension even more. I don't even know what this arena is called, but 30-40. First serve delivery is really good for Krejcikova. That's unreturnable, and it's back to juice.
Yep, so at juice now, and these moments can be crucial if she can actually hold on here. Put that pressure back on Zheng.
Oh, that's a great unreturnable serve again. Advantage to Barbora Krejcikova. Yeah, I agree with you, Eddie, because, yeah, if Zheng has chances, like, the pressure's going to be on the next game, because now it's going to be 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2, and then if she starts off maybe love 15 in the next game, who knows what's going to happen. So, and there we go. So,
Three brilliant serves there to get her out of that game from Krejcikova. Absolutely brilliant serve.
So, yeah, I mean, of course, the other semi-final is going to be on later, right?
Yeah, that's right. So it should be after this.
After this, yeah. Sabalenka against Goff.
Yeah.
Do you see Goff as having a chance in that match?
Yes.
Okay.
2 reasons. One, I think you have to look at the Beijing final and how Goff, if Goff had played better, she could well have won that match because there were a lot of key mistakes that prevented her from sort of getting the job done and beating Sabalenka. 2, it's well established that Goff's defense does frustrate Sabalenka a lot, and their matches, or at least the sets they play, can be fairly even. 3, it feels like Sabalenka hasn't been, like, the Zheng match to open was pretty comprehensive. The Paolini one was a bit scratchy for about the halfway point, and then the Rybakina one happened. The one thing I will kind of put in Sabalenka's favor is that Goff also had a scratchy third match. Because like Goff was actually played pretty well the first 2 games, first 2 matches. And so I was kind of like going, okay, Sabalenka Goff final on the cards here. That could be entertaining. I can see a scenario where it's a really, really competitive match, but Arena maybe takes it in 3. It's probably what I'm looking at, but I I think Goff has a very good chance of upsetting things.
Yeah, I mean, the matchup has been good. It's been a competitive matchup, so we will see if I think she'll have to frustrate Sabalenka, and that was a good backhand.
Frustrated right now.
That was a good backhand from Zheng. Good response to start off this game. I mean, obviously Zhang, if she gets through this match, then she'd probably definitely prefer to play golf than Sabalenka, I think. But
yeah, because that's going to be a heck of a time to try and crack her Sabalenka problem.
On the other hand, though, if she did manage to do it against Sabalenka in the final like this, it's a big boost for her. It would be massive. But but of course, just with the way that matchup's gone, you definitely rather face Goff.
I mean, but I think Sabalenka is good enough to kind of push back against this trend, but it is noticeable that in a lot of these events, when the finals are repeat of a round robin match, it ends up being the reverse result more of the time.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But with the Zheng Sabalenka matchup the way it is, that might just counter that trend.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
Yeah.
Goff got a win over Goff go for a win over Egan. They have similar kind of matchup story.
And we'll definitely get a new winner of the WTA finals.
Yes.
Anyway.
15-30, by the way. Zheng has made a couple of mistakes there.
Mm-hmm.
Setting
yeah, this
up.
is a massive point here.
Qinwen. We say we serving to
good first serve.
Then follows up with a great inside out forehand, sending Krejcikova the wrong way. 30-all. That's the celebration. Fist pump. Fans love it.
The Chinese, her fan, they're mimicking the fist pump there. And I mean, when she gets that first serve in, it's 120 kilometers an hour winner speed there, but
insanely good. And another insanely strong serve to move to 40-30. Ace win. This the fans got
not Qinwen.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, I've seen those signs.
I mean, Zheng Qinwen is the ace leader on tour.
Yeah.
That's probably where that might come from.
Mm-hmm.
40-30. Backhand from Krejcikova. Shanked forehand from Zheng. Juice.
Yeah. Very nice return there.
Very, very good return from Barbora Krejcikova. Really deep, right back at Zheng. Yeah, that's right, Ghosty. She is the tour leader for aces. Zheng.
Do you have the actual stat? Do you know the number?
Not off the top of my head.
You mean, is that for this year, yeah?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
Sure, I heard it on a commentary stream.
This is pressure.
Great return from Krejcikova, who's now setting up the backhand right up the line from the mid-court. And it's advantage Krejcikova for the break back to kind of restore this set idea of the double break.
You've just got to advantage?
Yeah.
I think my stream jumped ahead, but
okay.
It's we're game on. Well.
Oh yeah, second serve coming up for Zheng.
I mean, she had the possibility to get it back to double breaks, remember?
Yeah.
Zheng, and then
Missed it. Yeah, she's overplayed the forehand. That's a good. It's yeah. Yeah, she did. You're right. She actually to get that double break.
And look at that, and she's really hitting through that forehand there with confidence.
Krejcikova.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm ahead now. How did I get ahead?
It must have reset itself. I'm waiting for it to happen.
Well, well, well.
I'm watching the rally. Yeah, that's a great forehand from Barbie K. Forcing the arrow from Zheng on the run. 15 love. So yeah, I think it must be like a 30-second difference. Wow. Yeah, this is completely different. And this is what happens, right? Whenever, because it's so hard for someone to maintain a level like this for a whole match. Like, even Eagle Arena could do it, but they don't. They actually only do it half the time. Like, I've noticed, like a lot of their what seemingly comfortable wins, they usually concede at least one break. And yeah, that's
and there we go. Sorry, I had to be here with us. 4 games in a row for Barbora Krejcikova.
Yeah,
well,
but
well,
like
well.
Jim was saying, playing so well, falling off. Given how we were saying Krejcikova wasn't doing that much wrong, that just restores some parity and gives Krejcikova a foothold in this match.
Yeah, so that's Zheng with 406 aces. Ghosty said, and it was Reba second with 336. So that's quite a big difference there. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. But also point out, the double faults. She's 16th for double faults, so she's going big, but it's not. She's not giving up too many points for going too big. So she's managing it very well.
Although she is 16th out of how many 100 players there are.
Well, I don't know if that's everyone, but I don't know how what that table's like. But yeah, at some point when you're hitting that many aces, it becomes worth it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, that's kind of the consequence of it, because huge hitting for you've got these huge hitting players like Arina Sabalenka, who also thread the odd double fault now and again, and not because of historic problems with it either. It's just a consequence of sometimes going for it.
Just been watching. It was Nishikori against Jacob Farnley. Farnley,
is that happening in the Challenger?
Yeah. Nishikori won in straight sets, but Farnley broke back a few times. There was a few breaks traded, but he goes very big on the second serve a lot, and he hits a lot of double faults. I mean, I think it's partly nervousness maybe as well, but it's something that if you can cut out a bit, he'd be doing much better. But it's quite frustrating to watch, actually.
But let's face it, he's gotten older now, so
I was talking about Farnley.
Oh right,
Nishikori.
sorry.
Well, yeah, Nishikori just has issues because he can't serve. He's never been able to serve that big, right? He's not. That's always not been a massively strong point of his game. But his ground strokes are still very good. So he's working his way back up. He's doing pretty well, to be honest. Oh.
No.
Okay,
right.
So
I'm at 50. Zheng serving at 15 love. Abandons the ball toss. And double faults. No, it's first serve. First serve fail. I'm just have to sort out screen stuff. Oh yeah, unreturnable second serve for Zheng's third love. Or were you not reacting to that? Were you reacting to something else, Eddie?
Sorry, sorry, I wasn't reacting to it.
Are you still in the future?
I'm at.
Or am I stuck in the past?
Okay, I've just seen Zheng take the set with an ace. I'll pause it for a bit if you want to.
The set? That was quick.
I mean, the score there, yeah. It's at 40
Yeah.
love.
40 love. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the ace is still coming.
Yeah, well, now she's kind of steadied the ship because she's had a couple of ropey games. And that's exactly what she needed. If Zheng can kind of recapture how she was playing before, she should still win this.
Have you seen her close out that game yet? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing
okay.
The camera is currently showing Zheng working her way back to the baseline, having changed her racket. And the score's coming up on the screen.
Okay, so
we've got everyone's kind of sort of setting up for what's happening next. It's an interestingly poised set, this one, because since Zheng got broken back, it's kind of in balance again, more than in the first set, because she got that break fairly early on, and then Krejcikova was trying to keep up, and now it's a very different ball game.
Yeah, I mean, that was always going to be a big pressure game, but just the way she responded, I mean, I think it shows you a player that's been playing very well as of late. And let's see, though, is Krejcikova going to keep up the pressure here, because she does seem to have hit a good level in this set.
Indeed.
Right. Appearance from John Silk in the comments.
Oh, is he back? I thought we blocked him. Oh well. Hi, John.
Ooh.
For those who are worried, no, I am joking. Like John is part of the channel. Wouldn't be here without him. Great pressure from Barbora Krejcikova to force the error out the line from Zheng, and it's 30-15. Yeah, this is all about Krejcikova. What can she bring to the table here? Ooh, just missed that first serve.
Oh, a shot deep on the baseline from Krejcikova. It's enough to win that point there, bring it to 40-15.
Okay, we correct it. Hang on a sec. I need to just plug in my laptop, otherwise you will be on your own, Eddie.
Good serve down the middle from Krejcikova, and she takes it. So she leads 5-4 in the second set, and this is actually turning into quite a nice set here. And again, Zheng, pressure for her, serving to stay in the second set. At one point, she was up a double break, and
if Krejcikova wins this set, it suddenly becomes very different to what we thought it was going to be, not that long ago, probably about 20 minutes ago, given we were kind of going, Zheng is a set the break, is 2 breaks up. This match is hers. We're talking about her, like what she could do if she wins the tournament, and yeah, a dip in level. Krejcikova not going away. This is now looking like a potentially very different match.
Yeah, and I mean, it's credit to Krejcikova, I think. I mean, I thought she's just stayed composed and tried to keep playing her game, and eventually she got a little opportunity from Zheng. You know, she started to wobble a little bit with the pressure. So I mean, I don't think it's been like really bad from Zheng or anything to lose those couple of breaks. So yeah, it's a credit to Krejcikova, I think. But they're both playing at a good level at the moment.
Right, big game coming up. Zheng serving to stay in the set when, you know, she could have been over and done with by now. And let's not forget, actually, this could have been 5-4 if she'd got that double break back.
Mm-hmm.
As it is. The first serve, the first serve percentage is dropping. Second serve coming up for a Qinwen who's dressed in this all kind of lilac outfit, almost kind of matches the court. Looking set to try and deliver the second serve to Krejcikova, having been disturbed here. Some kind of noise.
Someone walking around.
Oh.
There's always one.
Seats quickly, please. Players are ready.
Oh, just as she was about to serve, the kid cried out.
Timing.
Wow, that's a great return there at the feet of Zheng.
After being massively disrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zheng kind of off balance. Krejcikova dialed in. Just seen it. Now 3 points away from the set, potentially.
Wow. That must have been the back of the line. I thought it looked quite far, but yeah. Good response from Zheng.
Yeah, unreturnable serve. Finds that first serve where she needs it. Needs to keep finding it. A lot tighter than she thought it was going to. I think she was probably wondering that she was probably feeling pretty good earlier. Now under pressure to get this done.
Oh, unbelievable. I really didn't think Zheng was going to win that point, but somehow she reacts.
Oh, she's there to pick it off. She's there to pick off the backhand from Krejcikova from the mid-court, and it's 30-15.
Yeah.
That's going to make her feel a lot better.
Yeah. Krejcikova just waited too long, but another baseline battle here, and that's a lovely backhand from Krejcikova with the winner.
Oh yeah, right the baseline. Then she stepped up the other backhand. Yeah, right in the corner.
30-0, and I'll just pause it a little bit here.
Great angle. Great angle from Barbora Krejcikova. 30-all. 2 points away from the set now. 4-5.
Yeah, this is big pressure for Zheng.
Love that strike from Krejcikova. Love that strike. 30-all.
Will be a second serve.
Yeah, Seeing that first serve go long.
Oh. Yeah, Krejcikova really going for the return, but it.
Oh, that's what Zheng was doing earlier. That's let off for the Chinese player.
And as Yogi says, scoreboard pressure.
Hmm.
But Zheng can come through this. It's going to be another second serve.
Oh. 30.
And yeah, it's a return winner this time from Krejcikova.
Oh, there we go. Right past Zheng.
And yeah, Zheng really going to be hoping to get some first serves in here.
I mean, this feels like the opposite of what happened in that Krejcikova-Świątek match. If Krejcikova was to break here and get this set, which she might be about to. Oh no, she's overhit the forehand. Advantage Zheng. Krejcikova's annoyed with herself.
Yeah,
what
it might just be another escape from Zheng here.
Which, given that she's getting to tight games, half the time she escapes and half the time she doesn't.
Oh, is it? Was that a let?
Oh, she thought it was an ace. It is a let because they're playing again. It was quite a short first serve. Oh, Zheng's going to be disappointed with that one.
But it's enough for her to take it, and we're at 5-0. So
all right, 5-5. What do you think? So, Eddie, which do you see happening, most likely to happen? Zheng breaking and winning, Krejcikova breaking and winning, or tie break?
I think we go tie break.
Tie break?
Yeah, I'm going for tie break. Yeah.
Okay.
I think if it's a bit earlier in the match, yeah, Zheng. Oh, my stream has just disappeared. Oh no, it's back. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've just had the same thing. Yeah, I think it's a feed thing, not a stream thing.
Oh,
great save for Krejcikova. Zheng still keeping the point going. Great net play from Krejcikova to get the point. 30 love. I mean, if we get Krejcikova breaking and then it's a competitive third set, this is it's automatically match of the tournament, right? Because the only other 3 set matches we've had have been Iga Barbie and Arena Elena, and both of them were very one-sided decided sets. Oh no, Pauline, Rebecca had a 3-setter with, was it Paolini? I think it was Paolini.
this point. Oh, wow.
Good. Great play from Krejcikova. We've got Zheng coming in. Passes. 30-15. Yeah, who was it that... I'm just trying to remember because that is going to bug me otherwise. Who did Rebecca go 3 with? It was Zheng. And again, that was really one-sided decider. Competitive first set. Really one-sided decider.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to keep being competitive if it does go to a third set, but Yeah, Rybakina Zheng was a 3-set as well, but that final set was pretty dominant from Zheng. It finished 6-1.
Yeah.
So
6-1 set for Rybakina over Sabalenka. 6-2 set Shviontek take over Krejcikova. 30 all, by the way. Big point coming up.
yeah,
Big point coming up.
maybe this is it a Qinwen moment, and that is a return winner on.
Oh, that's a magnificent inside-out backhand return.
Yeah, maybe she will break here. Maybe I've underestimated her, but she does seem to be in a great place.
I mean,
mentally.
yeah, it just looked like she's steadying the ship as she did. Maybe it shouldn't be a surprise. How did she find a return there? Goes for the backhand to the Krejcikova, backhand up the line, forehand Zheng shoot in the middle of the court. Just going middle of the court at the minute. Then we've got Krejcikova going cross court and long! And Zheng breaks again. Well, she's going to serve for this match at 6-5.
Wow. Qinwen emerges. She will serve for the match.
It took her longer to get here than she thought, than we thought, but we are finally here for Zheng Qinwen to serve for the match.
Yeah.
And
maybe it helps when you've got all those fans there cheering for you.
She's definitely had a lot of the crowd support. Coco also had quite a bit of crowd support.
I mean, yeah, it helps when you're from a country of over 1 billion people. I think the Czech Republic has only a population of 10 million or so. I'm just not sure if that's right. It's just roughly right, but yeah, big tennis nation though, if not that big a nation.
Say like,
yeah, I mean,
big if you're a tennis player. It's big in the tennis world.
Yeah, right.
Particularly in the women's game.
Although we've got now, what's this, Jakub Benšík coming through in the men's game, who definitely looks like very high potential player. So
yeah, and you got Lehečka also probably likely to do some interesting things.
Yeah, well, there's Lehečka and Tomáš Makáč there. So
Makáč,
yeah, great future for them. They're all fairly young, and yeah.
But you're right, Benšík is going to be someone who is likely to do crazy things on tour, as is on the women's tour Brenda Favitova, if her trajectory continues as it is. Anyway,
I just saw that was a wild forehand long there from Zheng.
She was making those earlier.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to stay focused here.
I mean, regardless, it's going to be a relatively competitive 2-set match. I mean, like we've been talking about the deciders, but like a lot of the straight setters haven't, apart from Zheng against Paolini, the 2 setters haven't exactly been foregone conclusions.
This point. Oh,
great volley from Zheng's going to pick it up. Oh, I thought Krejcikova was going to pick that off, but she didn't quite get the racket on it.
Yeah,
what a point.
Thought at some points Krejcikova was going to win the point, but
I mean, she should have done.
Yeah, but it was still impressive, I think, especially near the beginning of that point, how well Zheng was taking the ball. Gets the first serve in there, and Krejcikova does return it well, and she gets the opportunity eventually to finish off with a forehand winner.
Oh, there it is. 15-30.
And this,
maybe
we will get a tie break after all, but not in the way that we
think. Just not the scenario that I put forward. Because I thought they'd both hold. Although Zheng's probably going to
Okay.
hope for this now. Because tee off for the forehand, she gets it. Winner, 30-all. Jake, to answer your question, yes, there will be a stream for Coco and Sabalenka. James is going to be doing that one. And that will follow this match. This one's just been quite competitive.
Chip return. Oh! And Zhang drags the forehand wide, so it's a break back point for Krejcikova.
Tie break.
Yeah, it was a nice little chip return, but I mean, obviously Zheng shouldn't really be doing that, but should be desperate here. That first serve again, but it goes into the net. So we got a second
Not what
serve.
she needed. She's got to defend behind the second.
Krejcikova coming quite far in. She looks eager. Oh! Return just... Yeah.
Overplayed it. What a conclusion to this match. Well, this is at the conclusion or the midpoint. We don't know. Even if it goes to the tiebreak, it counts as part.
She finds a good first serve, and she should finish it off. I know, but she's given Krejcikova a chance, but no, she does eventually finish it off at the net. So finally, yeah,
she makes it to match point.
Yeah, match point, and it's.
And the thing is, it's not match point for the biggest final of her career. It's probably the third biggest final at best after the Australian Open and the Olympics. No offense to the WTA finals, but those have a slightly different memorability to them. But she wants those sweet, sweet ranking points.
Oh, good return from
great return from Krejcikova. Forces the error from Zheng.
Yeah, and as Yogi says, Count Barbora, out at your own peril.
I mean, it would have been way too simple for Zheng Qinwen to get it at her first attempt. Way too simple for the way this match has kind of gone from 3 up onwards. Great from Krejcikova up the line. Great rally going on here. Backhand up the line from Zheng. Forehand. Krejcikova, forehand cross court. Zheng, they're trading forehands right now. Oh, Krejcikova! Just misses. And I don't even know which direction that ball went, to be honest. But it's advantage to Zheng.
Yeah, it was a shank, right? So, but, so yeah, the second match point.
Coach Parriba encouraging Zheng Qinwen.
Surely she gets it done here.
How to do it properly.
It's gonna
First
have
serve
to
into the net.
be second serve. She's just doing it for the drama.
All about the when we call
Good
her
return.
Qinwen.
Oh, the backhand down the middle, and
right. Zheng Qinwen is into the WTA finals final. Ladies and gentlemen, she will finish the season a top 5 player.
and a big cheer as she points to the crowd. And yeah, I mean, it was a deserved win, wasn't it? I think, wasn't it? Ended up being a good fight back there in the second set from Krejcikova, but 6-3, 7-5. It is Zheng, and she will go on to the final of the WTA finals in Riyadh with, was it 9 aces that she hit?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And yeah, I'm trying to get this actual stats up. But yeah, I mean, it's another milestone in her career. She's already had those, Slam final, Olympic final. She only won one of them, the Olympics. But this is a huge opportunity for her, I think. I mean, regardless of who she plays in the final. And yeah, so she had, the 9 aces. It was a 77.5% first serve points won. So she had dominant on the first serve compared to 62% for Barbora. 48.4% on the second serve, but it was only 41.7% for Krejcikova. So, yeah. And she's getting interviewed there.
If you want to listen to her, that's fine. If she says what she's saying, see if she said anything interesting. Zheng Qinwen, obviously now in the kind of the marquee final, the final match of the season.
Yeah, obviously feels good.
Yeah, feeling good. Just listening and seeing what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're just talking about her coming back, obviously being 3-love up. And then when she lost 4 games in a row, she said she just tried to stay calm, of course.
Yeah.
But, so the final is tomorrow?
Finals tomorrow, yep. I think it's 7 p.m. local time in Riyadh.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we don't know who she's playing yet. That's the match that's following this between Sabalenka and Goff. James Wibbering is this one following this. But I wanted to get your thoughts, Eddie. I mean, like, for me, watching what we've just seen today, it was all about Zheng Qinwen's first serve and using it to push Krejcikova back, get those critical aces, which
it's huge.
Helped out a lot.
Yeah, it's huge, obviously. I mean, when you get a player, and especially when she's in form like Krejcikova, when she can hit as well as she does, you want to be able to be on top in the rise and sort of get the upper hand early on. And yeah, obviously when she gets that first serve in, then she can absolutely do that with the power that she has. Zheng, the confidence that she has is that, especially that forehand, but also on the backhand as well, she's able to dominate and push her opponent around. And we see the stats there. She's hit 22 winners, 26 unforced errors. There's only 13 winners for Krejcikova to the 34 unforced errors. Certainly, the first set was more dominant from Zheng, but Barbora did put a good fight back in the second set. But ultimately, I mean, the bigger moments, it was when it mattered. Zheng came through, and you'd have to say that in terms of the quality of tennis that she played, she was a deserved winner, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, Barbora, great hitting, really opened up some opportunities for her. But it has to be said that the other, I mentioned Zheng serve, but actually when they were they had a few really good rallies, and Zheng was able to produce some pretty epic winners at times. Doesn't mean that she wasn't free from unforced errors. Like both of them definitely made critical errors this match, particularly in the second set. But like the return winners we were getting, like Zheng actually managing to kind of improvise some winners and sort of find that strike that goes deep and past Barbora, or even when she gets the time to tee off properly on the forehand. And I think she got more of those opportunities this match than Barbora did, which kind of tells you something about the pace that Zheng was playing at through the semi-final. So yeah, really, really good level, as she has been showing throughout the whole of this second half of the season, which we've been talking about all the time, right? She is the form player. And, let's say she does win the WTA finals, finishing number 3 at the end of the year, number 4, she plays golf, would be kind of like that would kind of fit, actually.
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's been a huge improvement. I mean, and I think she's maybe, let's say, I mean, I'm not sure there was massive doubters, but like, I mean, I think after that, reaching the Australian Open final at the start of the year, it was not the easiest run, right? I mean, the draw opened up for her, but she took advantage of it. But yeah, obviously, and then didn't have the best results after that, but then has really just kicked on in the latter half of this year. And yeah, if she does get up to 3 or 4, I mean, yeah, it feels like it's deserved. So yeah, if we thinking about the next match though, I feel like it's a really big difference in sort of how you feel about her going into that, depending on the opponent, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because if she's playing golf, game on. Like, I would struggle to call which way that one would go. Especially if golf is just coming off a Sabalenka win and like having beaten Świątek as well. If she's playing Sabalenka, she's really she really has to hope that she's got Sabalenka figured out by that final. And or Sabalenka does not give her best. And like both those things are plausible. They are not the likeliest scenario based on the data from what we've already seen. I guess go on.
But like you said, I mean, it's often the case in the WTA finals when you get players, or even ATP finals, you get players playing each other twice in that tournament. And then often, the player that wins the first match doesn't win the second match, and then obviously the head-to-head doesn't count in her favor, but she's probably got to beat her at some point, right? And
eventually,
she's had more than enough experience against Sabalenka. Obviously, maybe, also, like, I mean, it is pressure probably for Sabalenka that she would feel if she's in the final against Zheng, because I mean, she's not won this tournament yet, so I'm sure she really does want to. And although she's beaten Zheng many times, perhaps it's not always been of such big consequence. This is a big tournament, so I don't know. It would be interesting either way. I mean, I think so.
It is going to be interesting either way. Obviously, we are getting ready for the next match, and I do want to make sure that we've got enough time for us to hear from James. So sorry, Dave, you've missed us, but you can still hear from James in a bit for Goff Sabalenka. Give us a quick thoughts ahead of that, Eddie. How you think that's going to go?
It's a difficult one to pick, but I do think that Sabalenka is going to win this time, and we're going to get that Sabalenka versus Qinwen in the final, and that's sort of I think that's sort of maybe fitting, because I feel like the latter half of the year, that's sort of maybe who the sort of they've been the best players towards this end of the year. So that's who I think it's going to be. But what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going with Sabalenka in 3. I think it's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a really competitive one. I think that's probably where we're gonna. I think that's probably what we're gonna enjoy. But obviously, we've just enjoyed a really decently close 2-set match. Really fun conclusion. I think Eddie and I really got into it, and it was an exciting match. Really, really appreciate it. So, Eddie, I guess thanks for helping out. Thanks for commentating, keeping us up to date whilst I was stuck in the past. I guess any final thoughts, Eddie, and where can we find you?
You can find me. Obviously on Twitter.
Don't do that.
Huh? I'll give you my address. No. Just on Twitter, Tennis Asia, at Tennis Asia, or on YouTube, it's Tennis Asia TV. But yeah, that's it.
By the way, thank you everyone who has been joining this match from Tennis Asia TV. We've had a few of you watching along with us, and hopefully you've enjoyed your piece of your introduction to talking tennis commentary and hearing Eddie go and give his very sort of well thought out insights on sort of what just happened. I think you clearly enjoyed seeing that performance from Zheng Qinwen, Eddie.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like, obviously it's nice to follow a player and then sort of see the improvements come before your eyes. And I think in the past, let's say last year, maybe in some of these tougher moments, when maybe Krejcikova was coming back to that, she might not have dealt with it as well. I had the confidence in her game to sort of just stay steady and come back and eventually win that set. But I think that's just sort of the way that she could deal with that adversity and then come back shows that she really is a good level at the moment. So it's been fun watching this.
Been a lot of fun. Thanks, Eddie, for joining. The other match is about to start. We're going to go switch over to the next match with James. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Go and talk tennis on the other stream.
All right. Cheers.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.